Good Monday morning, everybody. I'm Jared Klein coming to you live from the NBC29 Digital Desk with the Morning Rush. Let's start things off with this story. More kids are getting suspended from school in Albemarle County and Charlottesville. According to a report from the Equity Center, UVA, suspensions dropped from 2010 and to 2020. Now that trend, though, has reversed. Katina Odie is the Chief Academic Officer at Charlottesville City Schools. She points to an increase in mental health issues and certain behaviors. Odie says there's no quick fix.
I wish I had all the perfect answers, but what we do, which we think is a great start, is making sure that we have the resources in our schools, our mental health counselors, school counselors, social workers.
Odie says the district monitors suspension rates closely and continues to come up with new ways to keep that number low. There's a new marker outside the former St. John's School in Gordonsville. It honors Virginia Lee Murray, who used to teach there. She is celebrated for breaking barriers as the first black supervisor of schools in Albemarle County. Murray will be honored again at the grand opening of St. John's Family Life and Fitness Center on November 11th. If you're looking to get training in CPR or first aid, you're in luck. There will be a free class offered in Charlottesville next Sunday. The Compress and Shock Foundation is hosting the class on October 15th at 2 p.m. The class will be held at the Islamic Society of Central Virginia on Pine Street. Sign-ups are open on compressandshock.org. And internet speeds in Crozet just got a whole lot faster with the help of Lumos. That's a 100% fiber optic internet service provider based out of Waynesboro. On Sunday, it celebrated its service launching in Crozet with a ribbon cutting at the Arts and Crafts Festival, as you can see here. Lumos began installing fiber optic in Crozet this past summer, and once it's done with its work in Crozet, Lumos will look to expand to even more areas that need it. All right, let's look at what's
Speaking
trending.
of internet and that sort of thing and your phones, actually, I guess we're doing this one first. Sorry. So rent to buy. So do you rent or do you buy your first home? So there's this new report that kind of breaks things down. Kind of depends on where you live. So because home prices right now are just really steep and high mortgage rates. So and last year rents were so high across the country that it made more sense to buy. But now that has kind of changed, it kind of has shifted in a lot of states. So the top 10 metro areas that favor renting over buying, so Austin, Texas, San Francisco, Columbus, Ohio, which I thought was interesting, Sacramento, California, Los Angeles, Portland, Oregon, Boston, Seattle, Phoenix, those are all areas that favor renting over buying. But 3 metro areas where it's cheaper to buy than to rent is Memphis, Pittsburgh, and Birmingham.
Pittsburgh, Alabama.
Yes, Pittsburgh, Alabama.
Not the Pittsburgh we all know.
PA. Yeah, right.
But yeah, I guess it's interesting. It really depends on where you live.
Yeah, and you have to crunch the numbers.
You have to crunch the numbers exactly to make the right decision. And I mean, you have to see where the market's headed next year.
That'll be.
It's a lot to think of.
Yeah,
getting your first
they're
home.
saying that home prices will continue to go up next year. That's according to the American Association of Realtors. So, it's just getting more expensive.
We shall see.
Out there. Yeah. Okay. Now, going back to the internet. So, when you're on your phone and you're buying things, or you're looking at, or even the grocery card, those little rewards cards that we use.
Yeah.
So, retailers are kind of tracking what customers are buying, and then they're able to help influence buying patterns. So anyway, there are ways to kind of help avoid the tracking. So one is to uninstall retail apps from your phone and limit those loyalty cards, and then delete old accounts. Switch off the Bluetooth and use a VPN and browse. That way you can, I guess, browse in incognito mode. I don't really know how to do that, but whatever.
It's like private browsing.
Yeah, right. And then turn off your location history in Google. I do that.
I think I do that too. I always ask app not to track whenever I have that option. But have you ever just mentioned something in conversation and then you start seeing ads for it?
Yes. It's freaky.
It is freaky. That's happened to me on numerous occasions.
Several
and
times.
A lot of people I know.
We talk about it all the time in our household. And we were literally talking, my boyfriend and I, about a playground.
Yeah.
for the kids, and then all of it, like a set, and then all of a sudden he was getting on his phone playgrounds that you could buy to set up in your backyard. I mean, it's weird. The phone's listening, and so
it is,
Siri.
yeah. But I mean, here's some ideas
Yeah.
as far as like, I guess, buying and searching so they don't track you that way.
Right. So anyway, okay. Now this is an interesting story. So there's this new research that Georgia residents are losing that typical drawl that they have. It's so after analyzing sample voices from white people born and raised in Georgia between 1887 and 2000, researchers noticed a big change in pronunciation. So the distinctive I guess that extra vowel sound. So like for a beat, it's a bait, a bait,
Bait.
a bait, and bait,
Bait.
or bait.
Yeah. You got it. Bait.
Bait. It's going away. The region is kind of losing that extra vowel, the
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. So the stereotypical Southern accent began in the post-Civil War era. So ride, prize, bike suddenly became,
Rod.
those long I
Yeah.
sound, and a pen, kind of sound the same. Pin. Can you hand me a pin? I feel like we're going to get in trouble here somehow, but
I'm just
anyway.
enjoying hearing you trying to reenact the Georgia accent.
So I guess all of a sudden, though, that typical accent
Yeah.
is like falling off a cliff, as they say. So people are kind of getting more of a California-esque
Yeah.
speaking
I mean,
that way.
accents do change over time, and you
Yeah.
notice in areas that are like secluded from other areas, they
Yeah.
typically have stronger accents that aren't seen. There's a place in Virginia, I can't remember the name of it.
Well, there's
It's
the
like
island, Tangier
Tangier
Island.
Island,
That's in Elizabethan era, and they have that kind of Elizabethan drawl voice accent.
And I guess it's because it's isolated from everywhere else. Yeah.
So it's interesting, the linguists and how it's changing and evolving.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
So.
All right. Well, thank you, Jennifer, and thank you for your reenactments of the Georgia.
You're welcome.
Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. We got a high of 65 today, and then warming up to 70 tomorrow. But by the end of the week, Thursday, it's going to be near 80 again with mostly sunny skies. And then we've got a chance for rain moving in by our Saturday. So that's our next really big rain chance late Friday into early Saturday. I hope you guys have a great Monday out there. We'll see you again on NBC29 News at noon.